funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the windy city, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Hey, Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go some set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, nah I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake it up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah I made my way. Built my brand, now I paved my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, gay game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in flexi. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up, boss you, boss up now, go get it all. Yeah, every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago.
Hey there, hey there, hey there, CEOs. Welcome to the Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and this is your 2-hour power-packed wake-up call to step into your full potential. Y'all know, guys, my mission is simple. Speaking candid truth to empower your inner CEO. That's that one that is clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and ready to own your direction. Ready to be what? That CEO of your life. Guys, we got a heck of a show today. So first, the show is how to stop going in circles. And we're not just talking about circles of your mindset. We're talking about circles of your finances, circles of your legacy, and circles for your family's growth. I'm going to have a stellar team in here with me today. You guys stay locked in right here. We're going to have Atreeia Peterson in the house. We're going to have Martha Washington in the house. We're going to have Ebony Hines with her segment of insurance Uncensored in the house. We're going to have Jayy, Babyy in the house talking about boss mindsets. Guys, if you are not ready, it is time for you to get ready and get locked in right here with us on My Radio Chicago. And you know, the Sport District Radio, what we already know is what? More than radio. So we're going to jump into it today. We're not playing no games. We're not waiting for any applause. We are stepping right into the power statement of the day. So I stop going in circles. I choose a direction and I move. So today we're gonna start talking about how to stop going in circles. We're gonna get locked in, and then we're gonna start bringing in our guest hosts. Then we're gonna bring in our special guests that are all here to do one thing: remind you of the CEO in you. I want y'all to get locked into that. Because that's the only reason y'all come listen to Wake Up CEO in the first place, is so y'all can get locked in with that inner CEO. That person, y'all know, let's look for him, grab that mirror, let's get into it. So first, we got to get clear as normal. We got to get clear so when the supporting team members come in here and drop those gems, you already ready. You already know what's going on. You already prepared for what's going on. You're already aligned with what's going on. CEO moment. So to stop going in circles. So CEOs, we're circling mountain like this is repeat. The same lessons with different faces, different jobs, different relationships, different launches, but the same patterns. So if you're on the same freaking pattern, CEOs, you keep ending up in the same place. It's not your calendar. It's the decisions that you make or the decisions that you're avoiding making. So what are those? Let's talk about those 3 things that we are avoiding. We're avoiding responsibility. Oh, CEOs, you know, I'm going to be candid. We're not going to come on Wake Up CEO and act as if we don't know. We are avoiding responsibility. So the 3 things that we're avoiding that are keeping us in that same circle, repeated daily, are boundaries. Or we're worrying about things that we cannot control. Those are the 3 things that are stopping us from moving forward. So we're gonna knock those 3 things out of the way first. If you have a pattern, that's a message. And if the message is continually happening, that means you have to stop ignoring that message. If you're repeating the same cycles, repeating the same bad relationships, repeating the same outcomes, continually saying you're going to do something but don't get into it, that's you ignoring the signs. So we can stop ignoring the signs and we can get more aligned with progress. We have to start taking a breath, taking a look, taking our time so we can find success. So taking a breath is mean be still. Taking a look is look at what is the problems that are happening. What are the things that are constantly reoccurring in our lives? If you pick the same type of partner, the person isn't the problem. Your criteria is the problem. If you have the same kind of issues in your relationships, the criteria of who you picking hasn't changed. I know y'all saying, I like what I like. Do you like the infidelity? Do you like the fact that they're not attentive to your needs? Do you like the fact that you don't feel loved and appreciated the way that you should be? If that's the case, and that happened 2 relationships ago, 4 relationships ago, 5 relationships ago, that means that you have to switch the criteria. And it might be the criteria you're comfortable with, but it's not the criteria that's going to give you the result that you want in your love life. So we got to stop avoiding the inevitable. The inevitable is that you must change. Yeah, we're going to clap that up. We're going to clap that up. So if we got to change, and it's okay, CEOs, we got to make a change. But if you make the change, you'll get a different result. But first, CEOs, you got to get aligned with you. So we can't avoid the one person that is the common denominator in every relationship in your life. That's your relationships, your friendships, your jobs, your parenting, the way you show up in society. There's only one person you can address. You, CEO. So that means that when we're sitting down being quiet, we're taking opportunity to look at the criteria. So what is the criteria that we're setting up for how we want to be treated? Take a moment, CEOs. Take a moment. Take a moment. Y'all know, I mean, I got another hour and a half, so I got time. But once you sit with you, you can now analyze what is the criteria of the person that I'm really looking for. Am I looking for somebody who is understanding what I need, who has great conversations, who understands how to treat me? And what is it that I'm putting out there that attracts the one that doesn't understand how to be a conversationalist and who doesn't know how to treat me like a partner, like a lover, and like a friend? Because if those are the things that you're having issues with in your relationship, you got to make a choice. You choose wisely. Make the choice, CEOs. It's okay. It's okay. But if you don't make a choice, life is going to continue making that choice for you. So since we don't want to have that same choices being made, and we trying to step into a better relationship so we can get out the patterns of a circle. So how to get out that pattern is now we set new criteria. We're not ignoring that anymore. Then we have to jump into the boundaries. What boundaries are we setting for, okay, if this is happening in my life? Because sometimes you set your criteria up, the person checks those boxes, the situation checks those boxes, and then it comes up that it's some of the same old stuff that I've been dealing with. When do you set that boundary and cut that off? When do you make a statement of like, okay, now I'm drawing my lines? The lines are with you, CEO. Don't put no boundaries on anybody else. The boundary is with you. Are you looking for ABC and you're getting DEF? But you want ABC? Then why are you settling for DEF? That's the boundary we got to set with ourselves, CEOs. And that boundary allows you to find happiness. It allows you to find peace. And it also allows you to find joy within your surroundings. But you have to set the boundary of that is what you want from out of your relationship, out of your life, out of your job, out of the relationship with your kids, out of the relationships that you have in your friendships. Because once you set that boundary with you, it doesn't matter what situation is happening, because you've already set the boundary within yourself that if I'm unhappy, this must change. If it's not meeting my financial criteria, it must change. If I don't feel loved and supported, that must change. The boundary being set with you doesn't matter in what component of your life. You know, y'all know CEOs. I'm used to having this conversation with you guys and telling, and we talk about being focused. All you got to do is focus on you, because everything else that's going on is an extension of you. How you show up for you is how people show up for you. If you're lax with you, people are lax with you. If you have no boundaries with yourself, people don't have any boundaries with you. What are you stepping into? I hope since we on Wake Up CEO to a better version of ourselves. That's what we doing on Wake Up CEO. We stepping into that next version, that version that is going to show up for us, the version that makes us happy about how we showing up for ourselves. I want us all to have that best version of our lives where we're like, man, I got up today. I was extremely happy. My business is running in a direction in which I want it to run. My finances are getting more aligned with the vision I have on my life. I'm able to vacation on when I'm ready to go. Because that's the life we're looking for, CEOs. But if we're looking for that life and we're doing something adverse to that life, then that means we're not showing up for our lives in the way in which we want our lives to be shown up for. Take a second, CEOs. I want y'all with me. I want y'all to be hearing me. If you want your life to be moving in a certain direction, and you are doing things that are adverse to that direction, you're going to continue circling. And now we're going to get to clarity. How you arrive at clarity is when you tell the truth about what's not working and you put things in place so it does. That's how you get clear, CEOs. So I want you to ask yourself, CEOs, where do I keep repeating the same cycle? That's money, relationships, health, or business. Ask yourself, where do I keep repeating the same cycles? And then at that point, you can make a change and make a difference. So today, guys, I have the pleasure to debut right here on Wake Up CEO, a single that is off of the album The Movement, for my new book, Freedom Has GPS, Set Your Destination to Success. And in that book, we're talking about getting free. Freedom mindset, freedom emotions, and freedom legacy. This song was produced by Jilla Beats. If y'all ain't locked in Jilla, get locked into Jilla. And I happen to be the one that wrote the song. So y'all get locked in right here on Wake Up CEO. And the song is Set Your Destination. And go ahead and download this. Anywhere you download your music, go ahead and download it. Or you can also get locked in if you buy an early copy of Freedom Has GPS, Set Your Destination to Success. This is one of the tracks on the album that you will get with the book. But get locked in. Set Your Destination to Success right here on Wake Up CEO. Well, we are on My Radio Chicago. Well, we already know it is more than radio.
Freedom ain't a place. It's a mindset shift. Are you ready? Let's move. I ain't tripping anymore. I'm direct with pace. Purpose in my chest, like the drums to the bass. Looking at my past, yeah, I'm cool with the race. But the future got the throne, and I'm stepping into space. I done followed every fear, now I'm following the plan. GPS for the soul, that's the direction for every man. I used to think small, now I'm thinking like I can. Cause when you know where you're going, you don't settle where you stand. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible forever, watch the whole world rise. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible forever, watch the whole world rise. You ain't lost, you just need direction. A little truth, a little love, a little self-connection. Freedom starts when you face your reflection. Purpose walking with you like a holy intervention. The map ain't missing, you just wasn't listening. Your calling been calling, your soul been listening. Mind unlocked now, the change starts shifting in the life that you imagine, homie. That's just the beginning. The way out is you, let the purpose lead. Let the fear fall back, let the soul take speed. GPS in your heart, that's the code that you need. Freedom ain't a wish, it's a mindset free. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible forever, watch the whole world rise. Set your destination, freedom on the rise. Purpose in the driver's seat, truth in the eye. This ain't imagination, it's a mind made wise. Impossible forever, watch the whole world rise. You gotta change your mindset. That's the key.
We are all looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, #Poverty Six Figures, they broke those mental chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Wake Up CEO. What did I tell you guys? I told you I was going to give you guys some information today for us to stop going in circles and going in circles. And I got to tell you, I am a firm believer of the GoFundMe page needs to die in this instance. And with its death, we need to resurrect us being more aligned and more on purpose. In purpose. And I made a phone call, guys, about a month ago, and I said, Martha, I need your help. And now I want to say that over the last month, I've lost a couple of loved ones, and I've seen so many GoFundMe pages. And those GoFundMes are because we don't have all the money for those last expenses. And today we're going to have a conversation that is necessary to be had. We will have it monthly, weekly. You'll hear me talking about this all the time because I am on a mission to every single person who's watching, listening, or is around me needs to get one of these policies. Today, I am signing up myself for the policy. And look, guys, I'm not going to take up all this time telling y'all about it. I'm going to let the experts jump in and give y'all the information. So I had a pleasure to joining me today, Atreeia and Martha, who are from FinFit Life. Yeah, I was going to get it, guys. I'm going to get it. So for FinFit Life, and this conversation is well overdue. Everybody how this live. If you're watching this, share it the live. If you're watching this on replay, share it to your friends, because now we're about to dive into how to get rid of the GoFundMe and start growing, developing, and being the CEO who is of your life. Let's get locked in, ladies. All right, y'all are live. Come on with it.
Well, thank you so much for having us, first of all, and it's an honor to be here.
All right. Thank you.
Well, it's just such an important conversation. I mean, just this morning, at the wee hours of the morning, I got a notification that a very good friend of Atreeia and I passed away.
I'm so sorry to hear that. You have deepest condolences.
And just within the last week, both of our children who are 20 and 21 years old lost good friends. So it's inevitable, right? None of us are going to get out of here alive.
Absolutely.
We know it's going to happen.
That's right.
And so if we know something is going to happen, is it better to be prepared for it, or is it better to just let it come and act like we don't know it's coming?
Yeah. You know what, Martha? I'm gonna speak to that just 1 second. We're gonna get through to jump in, but I want y'all to hear this, because at the end of the day, I was talking to a good friend, and I'm gonna tell you what the good friend told me. The good friend said, "I'm not gonna be here for that." And I'm going to tell you guys, and hey, we're not going to be here for it. But how much do we love the people around us?
That's right.
How much do we care how they're going to struggle trying to make sure that we're put away respectfully? Because that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to respect the person that they loved and make sure that they get a going home service that meets the criteria of the love that they shared for that person.
Absolutely.
How much do we care about them?
Yeah.
And it's just doing everything with dignity.
Absolutely.
You know, the last thing that our loved ones need is to go passing a hat or getting a GoFundMe just to lay us down to rest.
Absolutely.
And I will challenge your friends' thinking for just a second. Because
I want you to challenge it, and then we'll give us a solution. And I'm about to tag her in a few minutes so she can get in here. But now go ahead.
Come on.
challenge is this: you may not be here in the flesh to deal with it, but what type of name are you leaving behind? Because even in that moment, your integrity is on the line. Your good name is on the line. Everybody's looking to see, how are your people being? Are they taken care of? Are they not taken care of?
Absolutely.
You know? And so those things are important. And if we don't care about that either, well, then I guess we don't care about that. But I think we all of us care at least a little bit
Absolutely.
about leaving a good name behind and standing for something, and at least preparing the people we care about to not have to suffer unnecessarily.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I mean, and as you guys, as I said, I've lost a couple of people in the month of April. I mean, some very, very close people. My friend of 37 years passed away on the 23rd of April. It was of 37 years. I talked to him probably 2 to 3 times a week. It was a very difficult situation. Great part is that his family that he had an insurance policy. He was set up. However, no one knew where the policy was. So I'm going to talk a little bit to that as well, of making sure that your loved ones know where to find your information so they know what to do and how to set it up. So I know that Martha's going to talk about these things, but it was important to me because it took them a week to find the paperwork.
Wow.
It took him a whole week just to find out what policy did he have? Where was the stuff? They tore up his whole house trying to find the policy.
A week is short, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was only a week because he got 15 kids and all of them came over. Everyone took a room.
Still,
Everyone
have to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so during this time, they were trying to figure it all out during the fact that they're grieving, and this is their father. So at the end of the day, I think that what we have to remember is that just as good as we want to look for the world, let's make sure that we set our families up to feel good when we're not with them.
Prepare accordingly.
Absolutely.
Prepare accordingly.
So I'm going to stop talking and let them talk, because guys, I can talk about this all
I'm
day.
going to introduce you to Atreeia. Atreeia is my sister from another mister, but
Yes.
tied at the hip.
Yep.
And she's my colleague, she's my sister, she's my friend, she's my confidant, she's all of the things.
Yes.
But I want her to speak to this, because not only do we represent this company and the products, she has had, I will say, the combined misfortune and fortune of being able to use what we are going to talk to you guys about today.
Yeah.
So she's lived it in the flesh. She went through this on a personal level. She can speak to the side of a family member who went through it without being prepared, and then a family member who was, and then to give you guys the breakdown on how that all worked for her and her family. So this is Atreeia.
All right, Atreeia, come on, break that down for us, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that we're giving the truth.
Yes.
Because, and you guys know, on Wake Up CEO, this is all about the truth.
Yes.
We're not here on Wake Up CEO to give you guys things to think about. I want to give you solutions that allow you to prepare. So, Atreeia, drop that information on them here.
So first of all, I just want to say everything that we touched on, all three of us speaking on as far as preparing accordingly, is everything that is encompassed in Assure for Life. Assure for Life is one of the many pieces that myself and my sister have to provide to the masses as it applies to preparing for not if, but when you lose a loved one. Again, I say not if, but when. So I just want to share some very personal, dear to heart information with you all. And I am going to have to refer to my notes because I might get a little emotional and forget some things. So first, Miss Rachel, thank you. Thank you so much for this invitation. This means a lot. It's truly a pleasure to be here today and to have the opportunity to speak not only about Assure for Life, but also about my personal experience and testimony of how important this membership truly is for families. Again, what I want to stress is that this is a membership, okay? Nothing where money is paid out, very different from life insurance, but we can definitely get into that. This is a membership. So I have been a member of Assure for Life since February 2023, and on November 29th, 2024, my family experienced the passing of my uncle Martin Anderson. During such an emotional time, Assure for Life provided my family with a peace of mind and support when we needed it most. That was huge. As the membership holder, I need you all to hear me when I break this down. As the membership holder, I was provided with a round-trip airline ticket to Florida, where my uncle resided, allowing me to travel and be present for his cremation and final arrangements. My uncle's wishes were to be cremated, and because I had Assure for Life in place, those wishes were honored without placing an unexpected financial burden on our family. In addition, because my uncle was born and raised in Illinois, Assure for Life also helped coordinate arrangements with the church so that our family and friends could gather together to celebrate his life and honor his memory. We were able to come together in love and remembrance of him as a friend, uncle, brother, father, and son. Through this personal experience, I learned firsthand the importance of preparation and having a plan in place before a family is faced with loss. At the core of Assure for Life is none other than a peace of mind. Just a peace of mind, knowing that your loved ones are protected and not left carrying the stress, confusion, and financial burden that can come during an already difficult time, right?
Absolutely.
So when families prepare in advance, it creates clarity, stability, and comfort. Instead of worrying about arrangements and unexpected expenses, families are able to focus on healing, supporting one another, and celebrating the life and legacy of their loved one. So that is it in a nutshell. I mean, I'd love to break down more. I can, hook my laptop up. I don't know how you want me to do this, but I can give you a high-level overview of Assure for Life. Again, it is a membership. And the coverage areas are very broad. It's in the United States, all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and only the unincorporated territory of Puerto Rico. It's actually even in Latin America. Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, all the way down to Venezuela. There's so many different areas in Latin America.
Okay.
And this is where protection is actually provided by Assure for Life in those areas. Also in the Caribbean, Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. So what
Okay.
that all means is for individuals who reside in the United States, obviously there is a wealth of services that are provided by Assure for Life. In addition to the Latin America and the Caribbean areas, there are also services. Whether you are someone who resides in the United States and needs to be transported back to the Caribbean in one of those Latin America spots that I broke down. So it is very well versed and the coverage is broad. There's a lot of details that I can give that will put a huge, beautiful light on Assure for Life and how it does provide you a peace of mind. But most importantly, you get so much, and it's $85. But that $85 is for 7 people.
So wait a minute.
It protects
I want us to pause, and I want y'all to hear this. So now I'm going to, y'all know me. I'm the question person. That's what I do. I ask questions. Not just here on the show. I ask questions in person. I ask questions all around. I'm a question person. I'm very inquisitive. Been that way my whole life. So I want to dive a little bit into it.
Yes.
Because I want to make sure. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yes.
Now, Assure for Life is not insurance, which means you're not going to get a payout.
Correct.
What you will get is the final expenses paid for, taken care of for 7, no, not 1, not 3, not 5, but 7 people
For the one amount.
for the one amount of $85, not $85 per person.
Correct.
We're talking, guys, $12 and some change a person a month.
Absolutely. Yes.
$12 and some change per month gets rid of GoFundMe when your loved one passed.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean that. Now, my first question would be: is there a length of time, or does coverage for this membership start immediately upon payment, or does it need a 30, 60, 90 days to go into play?
Very good question. Very good question. So I'm going to break that down in depth. But I really, really don't want to get away from all of the things that you actually receive. Here in the United States, you are not having to worry about the traditional funeral services, cremation, or a standard casket, hearse to the cemetery, the round trip airline ticket, again, that I spoke of. That membership holder gets that round trip airline ticket to be flown to wherever it is your loved one is, to lay them to rest.
So, okay, I want to, guys, hey, I'm going to ask all the questions you guys have. So, let's say the other 6 people that are on the policy, they are also here. Would they be also able to fly in, fly out, or just the person who got the policy?
Just who is the membership holder?
Got it.
One
Got
person.
it. Understood. Okay.
Correct.
I want to make sure, guys. You know, I gotta ask the questions because y'all gonna be like, "Can my uncle, auntie, my
No.
brother, all them people go?" I want to make sure I get y'all the answers. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
What is here? Like, for example, I have known people who have passed away on vacation while traveling for work. Maybe you move away for a short amount of time, but really your home base is here in Chicago. Right. So what happens in that situation is you want to be laid to rest here in Illinois, but your body is elsewhere. So this membership would pay for the body be transported to wherever you wanted to. In my community, right, we're from Latin America. I was born in Mexico. A lot of people want to be buried back in their homeland. So, okay, we live here, we work here, we reside here. But should I, when I pass, decide that I want my body laid to rest in my homeland, Assure for Life will pay for that.
Okay.
And then for one person to accompany the body to wherever it is you want it to go. That's what
Okay.
we mean by an airline ticket.
Now, I mean, I really appreciate that breakdown because I want to make sure that people understand that we're not just having. And now I know that this all seems like a very grim conversation. The conversation is about how to proceed after life. I know I'm not the only one who sees GoFundMe. I know that GoFundMe was created for the purpose of funding. It was created for funding businesses. That's what it was originally created for. But I see so many GoFundMes. Okay, we need another $5,000. We need another 4. Funerals are expensive. Now, I don't know if you guys have the numbers. How much does a typical? Well, we're gonna go typical. We're not gonna go to the whole exorbitant funeral. We're just talking about a typical funeral with no cremation, with a casket and all those things. So caskets are like $11,000. Starting, guys, I'm a person of research, but we're just talking about a regular basic funeral. What is the basic funeral price?
I'd say at least 15 or more. That's low. That's low balling.
So we're talking $15,000. Now, CEOs, I want y'all to think about it. Think real hard. Who's got $15,000 extra?
Just laying around.
Just laying around. Like, I got that. This is in my bank account right now. For the person who didn't get insurance. Because this allows you to cover the people who didn't get insurance. Because maybe they didn't have the money at the time. Maybe some people are uninsurable.
Correct.
I know people who have high blood pressure. Hypertension is a reason for certain policies they will not cover you. If you have had a heart attack in the past, they will not cover you. I mean, we're just calling a spade here. Y'all know Wake Up CEO. I want you guys to get the information that allows you to find success in your lives. Some of your family members cannot be insured. You might not get a death benefit. You're not going to get any extra money, but you'll be able to lay them to rest with dignity.
Dignity, absolutely.
And you get to keep your money in your
And you don't have to try to scrape $15,000 lowball 50 grand, which means you got a casket that the lining ain't correct in, and you had a funeral home that you didn't want to go to, but you like almost when you got to get them, when you like, man, I got to give you a kidney. I'm just trying to help me. You don't want to have to do that. This is the way to not have to do those things.
And it's not even for those that don't have the money. Even if you do have the money, why would you want to spend your own money?
Right.
Spend somebody else's.
This is Assure for Life will take care of everything from A to Z, laying your loved one to rest with dignity. Even having life insurance, they don't have to use anything from the life insurance to pay out or whatever that may be to lay their loved one to rest. That's where Assure for Life comes in. That $85 a month for 7 people takes care of so much, where it is truly a peace of mind. I can't stress that enough of how it benefited myself and my family.
Peace of mind.
Come on.
While you guys are listening, drop that in the chat for me. Peace of mind. Because that's what I'm most concerned about. I want, listen, I'm a person who is about building a legacy. That, I mean, it's the whole reason why I made the transition off of my job to start coaching individuals, because I wanted to make a legacy. I wanted to be known for something. And a lot of us, that's what we're trying to do in our life. I don't want the last thing for my loved ones to be like, she didn't have no insurance. We got to try to figure out all that stuff she was doing. And now somebody drops a GoFundMe on Facebook. Man, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be in my energy state mad as ever. Don't y'all put that GoFundMe up there.
You won't get Assure for Life, so you're good.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
So we ain't got to worry about that.
So I want you guys to say the same thing. When you're on Facebook, when we're on social media, in these social media streets, saying that, okay, man, I got the nicest car, I got this nicest house, y'all see this nicest jewelry. I want you guys to be able to see, I want your kids, your parents, your loved ones, your significant other to say they made sure that they took care of this stuff, and there's no GoFundMe. It's just that we are in grieving states of our loved one. Because we're going to grieve, but why make their grief? They're already grieving. Why make their grief, give them more grief where they're trying to figure it out?
Why add shame to the grief is what I say.
Oh,
Why add shame to the grief?
Hey, we're going to take a moment for that, man. Come on, Martha.
And
Come
here's
on.
the thing, we're not just talking to ourselves, right? Because when I came across this, I already had more than enough life insurance. I had already taken care of my own things. But where I got excited about this was we all have those family members who don't take care of their stuff, do we or do we not?
Absolutely.
And I know I'm one of 8 kids. We're the Mexican Brady Bunch, right? 4 boys, 4 girls. And some of us got our stuff together and some of us do not. And so as siblings that we are, we didn't want to we already know if something happens to a certain person, we're the ones that are going to have to come out of pocket for that. And so if I already know that, being an entrepreneur, being that CEO minded, being that person who prepares, why would I wait for it to happen and slap me in the face when all I got to do is start this membership, add those other 6 or however many family members I have that don't have coverage or that won't get coverage or don't qualify for coverage, can't afford it, whatever the case might be. And now I have the peace of mind that when something happens to them, at least this part will be taken care of.
Again, I heard
Another layer
of mind. I'm telling you, guys, this is what a CEO does. A CEO sits back and thinks of the inevitable. This is in your business and this is in your life. And as you heard her say, as a CEO, she started thinking, if my brother is not going to take care of himself.
Listen, we have to solve problems before the problems exist.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to
Proactive, being
see
proactive.
things before they manifest, and we have to be proactive in our lives. And this is just one of the ways that you're proactive. Some of us have, children or a family member that's out there running around, and you're just waiting for the phone call. We all know what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So we already know, again, that that's a possibility. Why not have something in place just in case? So that we don't get blindsided, at least in that regard, we'll have something already taken care of.
Absolutely. Because you know what the thing is, Martha, I think this is the part that we don't really realize, that we still gonna try to get that money up. if we don't get this policy for that loved one that did not take care of their business, we're still going to be the ones sitting around here trying to get the money up to help.
Right. Exactly. And I had that conversation with one of my siblings because I am a life insurance agent and he doesn't want what I sell. I'm good. I'm good. They could just, dig a hole in the backyard and throw me in it. Well, was just what he said. And I said, well, you know what? I'm giving you this option and you don't want it. When something happens to you, I'm not going to help your family. And then my mom looked at me. She said, you know you are. And I said, yeah, I know I am. And so, and back then I didn't know about this.
Okay.
So I had it in my mind, okay, now I got to come into my pocket. I got to go into one of my investments or go into my bank account or some way, somehow come up with this money, and I was going to do it. And of course I will. But when then this came up and said for $12, right?
Yeah.
And some change, I can get this taken care of and I'd have to worry about it. Just not even have to think about it. Now, if and when the phone call comes, all I got to do is say, call this number and they'll take care of everything for you, which is exactly what Atreeia went through with her uncle.
Absolutely. So
I have to speak on this.
Please,
The fact that
please
you
do.
asked about the cost. There's so many things that I want to break down as far as when it's due and the 7 days and the 7 people and all that good stuff. So 7 members age 65 or younger can be included regardless of kinship to the plan holder. So you don't have to be related.
one more time, I want to make sure that y'all heard that. It doesn't matter if if you are related or not.
Correct. In addition, all you need is the individual's name, their address, and their date of birth. No social security numbers are needed. Anybody can have this protection in place if they so chose to.
Guys, I so choose. So this is what I'm thinking, guys. I think that hold on, put my mic back on. I think that every single Wednesday, that this is what I'm saying. Every single Wednesday, if you guys are ready to change how your family is supported, one more time, is supported, come to the radio station and sign up. Sign up. Because we can't make a change or make a difference being in the dark. That's the reason why I brought them here, for the clarity piece. Y'all know CEO stands for being clear, your actions empowered by your choices and owning your direction. Come on. So if that's what CEO stands for, you are clear that we are going to die. Come on. Elephants out the room. Clear. We're all going. We're not getting out of here alive. We're gonna live. We're gonna live our best life, though. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna still try to live our best lives. We're not worrying about it. We're preparing for it. There's a difference in worrying. Worrying is like, man, I ain't got no insurance. Something happened. All right. That's worrying. Preparing is that I might not be able to give my family benefits, but they won't have to worry about where and how I'm taken care of.
That's why I tell people, if you don't want to leave an inheritance, you don't have to.
Yeah.
At least don't leave a benefit.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you this. I want y'all to leave some inheritance because y'all know we about building legacies on Wake Up CEO. And we're going to talk about that too, guys. But right now, we're first talking about, let's get baseline, foundation. Let's go foundation. We got to start one step at a time. For $12 a month per person, well, let's say $12.50. It's not $12.50, but we're going to say $12.50. For $12.50. So for that, you can't even buy any food right now for $12.50. I went to the restaurant today, and I promise you it was $27. And man, it was just like a little bitty plate. I'm like, what is going on? So for $12 in a month, let's break that down to daily. That's like 40 cents a day. I'm still, one more time, we still 45 cents a day. You can't get a cup of nothing for 45 cents. So for $12.50 per person, you can make sure that family members, friends, neighbors,
For those of you with businesses, by the way.
employees.
Employees.
Yes.
Employees. And then now I'm talking to my people for a second. She said, you don't need a social security number.
Come on, sis.
We have to be real. The reality of where we are and who we represent.
That's right.
That is an obstacle
It is.
for people who come to this country. Sometimes they don't have the things they need to have in place. That doesn't mean that their families can't be taken care of.
Absolutely.
Right.
And now in case of a parent or partner of the plan holder up to 80 years of age. You heard what I said, 80. Okay. A maximum of 2 people can be added at the time of enrollment. The coverage will not expire as long as the membership is paid. The membership will be canceled for non-payment after 3 consecutive months. Okay. So you just got to make sure you.
So 90 days, you got 90 days, get yourself together.
That's it.
Go ahead.
That's it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Hey, guy, I want us really to understand that protection, peace of mind, and going and not being ashamed.
Yeah.
It's important.
Those are important.
Very. As it applies to mental health, I need to touch on this. Starting on the 3rd business day after enrollment, after the first payment has been made, Assure for Life covers accidental, violent, death, or suicide. As we all know how insurance is set up, there is a waiting period when it comes to anything that happens to an individual, whether it be mental health related, death, suicide, what have you. That's not the case with Assure for Life. Again, as I stated, after the 3rd business day.
So if you get insurance today, by Monday.
Membership.
So if you get the membership today.
Yes.
By Monday, you're covered.
You have protection.
You have protection.
Yes, from A to Z. A to Z. I do have my email address I can provide you all with.
Come
if anyone
on
has
with
any questions.
Yeah, they don't even have to come in person to the studio. They could just do it online. And
Because I want y'all to come in here and visit, but and we were gonna talk about that online. But that's
But we're trying to get rid of all the reasons and
obstacles,
excuses
all
of why somebody
obstacles.
might not want to do it.
So I'm typing it in live right here, right now. So we got it. Y'all give me a couple seconds. I'm gonna type. We gonna let a commercial play real quick. So y'all stay locked in right here on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio. What we already know is more than radio. And y'all know Wake Up CEO is about waking up the CEO in you, the mindset that is necessary for growth and development and building a legacy. Stay locked in.
Come on.
We are all looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, #Poverty 6 Figures, They Broke Those Mental Chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com.
You done changed the game. You done changed the game, bro. You done changed the game.
All right, y'all see how quick I got that in there. Y'all go ahead to the chat. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, go ahead to the chat and you will see the information for Atreeia Peterson that I put in there. I'm going to say it on air too to make sure that we all on the same page. I don't want you guys to have no reasons, no thoughts about why we cannot make things happen. Let me see that posted one more time. We want to make sure that everyone heard me on the air. That is AFL Protection, PROTECTION, the number one at gmail.com. One more time, that's AFL Protection 1 at gmail.com. Get locked in, get your family members taken care of, get yourself taken care of. Add this as a benefit to even if you have a policy so that your loved ones don't have to take that money out of the policy. They don't have to. And then we get a lockbox where we can put all this stuff in and give the combination to make sure we got all that stuff set up. This is how we protect ourselves and how we act as the CEOs of our lives. You got to get locked in. So if you guys have some questions, drop those questions in the chat. Guys, please give us more information. I want to make sure when y'all walk away from this show, y'all know everything there is to know about this protection, about this membership, and about how you can benefit. So give us a little more information about.
One thing that I want to stress, and I'll ask for my sissy to speak to this as well, is as it applies to anyone who passes in the United States, right, and want to be laid to rest or need to be laid to rest here. Again, as I stated, traditional funeral services are a part of your membership when you take care of that $85 a month, right? Cremation and urn or a standard casket and hearse to the cemetery. One round trip ticket exclusively for the plan holder. Again, that's for the plan holder only. Okay. The cemetery expense, that is considered a real estate transaction. That is not something that is going to be a part of Assure for Life. However, that is something that I'm going to pass on over to my sissy to speak to. You also have mortuary shipping service nationwide. That is a part of Assure for Life when being laid to rest here in the United States. And everything else international wise, that would apply to all the other areas that I spoke of that are in Latin America and the Caribbean. Because again, even your roots in living in Haiti and Jamaica, if that's your home and you need to be laid to rest, this is something that you can actually take advantage of there as well.
So, guys, I'm just saying, I'm gonna tell you what I heard. I heard that you're covered. I heard that your family member is covered. I heard that the policy holder gets the opportunity to fly to the area if it happens to be that a member from the membership happens to have the inevitable happen. You get to go there and make sure that you're paying your respects in person and set up all of the arrangements there. Guys, I'm just seeing win, you win, I win, they win, you win, I win. All I hear is win, win, win. And the only thing that you have to do is say yes to you, yes to your legacy, yes to your family, and yes to being the CEO of your life. That's all I see. That's all I heard.
And yes to having a peace of mind.
Peace of mind. Hey, hey, Mike, thanks for joining me. Good afternoon, CEO. I appreciate you getting locked in. Make sure that you replay this show because we're talking about making sure that we can get rid of GoFundMe. We killing GoFundMe right here and right now. No GoFundMe for laying to rest your loved ones. Sending your loved ones away in dignity and you not being ashamed of what you have to do next. We're not trying to sell a kidney to make sure an individual is able to be laid to rest with dignity. That's right. That's what we're talking about today. Giving dignity is named back. Not worrying what you have to cut out of your expenses. So my question is, I did have a question. What is the maximum amount that Assure for Life will take care of with a funeral expenses?
That's the thing. There is no maximum amount. Every area is different as far as what that funeral home has as far as the cost of a funeral and the casket. All of those specifics will be worked out with the family. But if there is, for some reason, someone that is being laid to rest and the family's like, you know what, I want a casket that has more bells and whistles. If there's anything extra, then that's something that they would have to talk about and have to, take care of that out of the family's pocket. However, Assure for Life does take care of everything as far as the basic necessities, whether it's cremation, whether it's a casket, laying them to rest that way. It basically depends on the family. But as far as a cost, there is no set cost because every demographic, every area is different as far as what they charge and what they cost for those services. Okay, that's fair. So I want to dive into something because when I spoke to Martha on the phone, she did give me a little bit of information that the actual plot is not included. So I did ask Miss Martha at the time if it was possible to work out a plan because I want to bring you guys a full package. I don't want to hear, well, I can't put them in I don't have a plot, so now we don't know where we're going to bury it. I want to make sure that you feel so secure with what you're doing next that there's no question in your mind that this is a necessity for you. So, Miss Martha, since I hear that you found out some more information, let us know what you find out for us.
Absolutely. So this is where now the life insurance piece does come into play. So rather than you having to come out of pocket to pay for the burial plot, which depending on where you live could be another 10, 15, 20,000, maybe even more. Now we can offer a life insurance policy to cover that piece. So if you've got Assure for Life to take care of the service, the casket, the flowers, like the sign-in book. By the way, they negotiate with the funeral home themselves. This isn't something that the family has to worry about. They literally take care of all of this stuff for you so you can grieve with all the time and peace and dignity that you need. And they take care of all of those particulars directly and just keep you abreast of how everything goes. But if we know ahead of time that in the U.S., anything dealing with the plot of land is considered a real estate transaction, and that's the only reason why Assure for Life doesn't cover that in the United States. They do cover it in all of Latin America and the Caribbean, and they would, and they are willing to cover it in the U.S., but they can't because it's considered a real estate transaction. So now this is where we got to be a little bit more proactive and say, okay, so we know we got the funeral stuff covered. A lot of people do opt to be cremated. So at that point, everything would be covered and there would be nothing additional required. But for those that do want to be buried and you do need that plot, now we can be proactive and get that extra little piece of life insurance to make sure that we have enough for the burial. So we do have an actual website that people can go on. They can get a quote on their own without having to talk to anybody. The biggest fear that people have about all of this is, am I going to be pitched? Am I going to be talked into something that I don't want to do? The links that we're offering you today are going to be for you to be able to log in on your own time. You don't have to talk to anybody. Nobody's going to pitch you anything. You can get your own quotes. If you like it, you push the button where it says, I want more information, or push the button that says, I want to move forward. And you literally do it in your own pace, in the comfort of your own home, without having to deal with anyone. Now, if you do have questions, then we're more than happy to meet with you one-on-one and answer any questions you have and look at all the different scenarios. But if we just want the very basic, just give me a burial, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000, maybe 25,000, that's very inexpensive and it's very easy to get. No medicals, no doctor's visits or whatever. They give you the approval on the spot. It's either a yes or a no, and you know exactly how much it's going to cost you up front before you decide to even move forward to the next step.
Awesome. So what is that information? So what is that information so we can get that locked in? Because I want to make sure you guys have everything you need when you walk away today.
Yeah, so for that one, they can email me, and that's Martha.Washington
I don't know what I just thought.
at FinFitLife.com. That's Martha.Washington at FinFitLife.com.
FinFit Life. We got to get that life in there, guys, because that's what we're doing. We're protecting our lives here and protecting our peace of mind, protecting our loved ones' dignity, and sending them off in the way in which they lived. If they live glamorous, let them die glamorous. Let them have a glamorous life, afterlife. Like my family's already know. Just put me in my little Sean John urn. I need my Sean John urn. Hey, I told him I don't care how long he in jail. When he get out of jail, y'all get my Sean John urn. You know what I'm saying? Whoever his designers was, y'all need to get his designers. I was a Sean John fan. As far as his clothing, this is not a puffy fan. I was a fan of his clothing. I just thought his clothing was very sleek. It was very designer, and it wasn't expensive.
Yeah.
And it looked just as good as I've had Boss, I've had Armani, but his suits were just they were tailored just the same. I was like, okay,
It's so funny you would bring that up because this is kind of that. This is kind of that. It looks designer, it feels designer, it does all the things that designer stuff does, but it doesn't cost as much. So that is literally what you're doing today.
Yes.
You're getting something that's going to make you look good, that's going to make your family members look good, but it don't cost that much.
Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna tell you, Martha, man, come on with it, because that's what it's about. Because I was a fan. I'm being honest. I've had my Armani tailored suits that cost me $5,000. I was crying one more time, guys. I'm a very cheap individual. Y'all just got to know that about me. Now I'm not gonna say cheap.
Are you gonna go?
I'm economical.
I'm a thrifter. Let's go thrifty.
Yeah, I go thrifty.
Let me put you to the test and see if it's.
Yeah, very thrifty. Because I used to wear the suits because I had a whole lot of business endeavors I was doing downtown, and I wanted to feel the part.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to hear me. When you're feeling the part, and you walk in the room and you're confident. That's right. So it goes to, I want to handle my whole life that way. And that's why when it was important to me to make sure that every part of my life was covered the same way I want to live my life. If I want to walk into a room and always feel that I belong, I want to make sure that upon my inevitability, that my family can feel the same way.
You know, it gives me I keep saying peace of mind. I can't stress that to you all enough. Just for my family alone, I know that I am loved, and to know that they're going to be in a position to grieve my loss when that time comes. I want them to be in a space where they don't have to worry about that.
Absolutely.
So having a short for life is so incredibly important for that in and of itself. You know, it's not really for me. It's for them. It's for my family.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's not about, oh, let's split. Can you no, pay the $85? $85 a
Take
month.
turns.
$85. So let's just go to the meal. Like I was talking about earlier, the meal.
Come on, Rachel.
You go for a meal. My wife and I go every week to IHOP. We eat IHOP every single week for the last. We've been together 18 years, so it's probably been about 11 years. We've been going to IHOP at least one weekend. We have a table. We have a specific server. When our previous server retired, she gave us a new server. Introduced us to the new server. When we walk, we know every manager trainee at this place. Now I'm telling you all this, guys, but I'm only saying it because the meal costs us $60 every week. $240. Sometimes if it's our birthday month or our anniversary month, my anniversary is the 7th, my wife's birthday is the 23rd. So that we go at least that week we go 6 times.
There you go.
My birthday is the 17th of March. So in March we go. Now that's $240. That was $300. If I go 6 times, that's $360. We talking about $85
A month for 7 people.
for 7 people. I can't even get the meal for 7 people for $85.
That part.
I want us to really just put this into the gravity of we can use pennies to save hundreds.
Yeah, it's funny you said March 17th is your birthday. That's my mom's birthday.
All right, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not St. Patrick's baby. St. Patrick's Day happens to fall on Rachel L. Gary's
Right,
birthday.
there you go.
That's what it is. It's
My
not the other way
mom
around.
just turned 82.
All right,
82.
come on.
And
I just
when
turned 50. This is my 50th birthday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But when I came across Assure for Life, it was actually for Mama because back way in the day where she got her very first credit card, she got a JCPenney credit card. And they gave her
That BS insurance.
That BS insurance through the
Right.
JCPenney.
Right.
But she was so proud of her little policy, and she would brag to people how when she goes, her kids weren't going to have to worry about this, and she was so proud of it. You know, and I let her have it. Okay, whatever. And about 5 years ago, it was during COVID. My parents were in Mexico and they needed a document out of their safe deposit box. So I go there and I start going through the paperwork and I come across her policy. So I'm like, let me put some eyes on this and see what this is. Do you know it expired when she turned 65?
Absolutely.
And at this point, she was like, what, 77? I didn't have the heart to tell her. But then I saw Assure for Life. And what did Atreeia say a little while ago? If it's your parent or your partner, they could be up to 80 years old and still get coverage.
Right.
If it's for you or for somebody that, you know, anyone else, your children or your brother, your cousin, your neighbor, your coworker, they have to be 65 and under. But I was able to slide Mama in there, and now she still has this.
Yes.
And so I was able to give her back that heart's desire that she had to be able to have her funeral services taken care of. And she doesn't need to know that it's Martha Washington and not JCPenney that's paying for it.
Yeah.
But the point is it's getting paid for.
It's getting taken care of. And it's ironic because we have a segment called Insurance Uncensored with Ebony Hines, and we were talking about the policies, and it happens to be that's the policy I was talking to you guys about. My grandmother had a policy with JCPenney's, and we ended up getting all the money back because the policy wasn't right. And my aunt found the loophole in it, and they had every dollar she had put in for 60 years. We got every dollar back. Every single dollar, because the loophole in there is that it was something that it was in the side of the policy. Like once you read through it, you'll see it. There's something where she can get all that money back.
Okay.
All the money came back. We got every single dollar of the money back. Every dollar.
Good intel.
Yeah, my aunt. I will tell you, my family is big about reading the documents, but grandparents and our parents, our grandparents, they were just looking to have coverage. They just didn't want to put a burden. They didn't want to put a burden on the family.
Right.
And they were thinking they were doing the right things. And sometimes, and this is why I have Insurance Uncensored with Ebony Hines, because we want to make sure that you guys get the behind the scenes of insurance. Yes. Get behind the scenes so you have understanding of what to ask the reps. Well, guys, you already know I am a licensed rep. Do I use my license? Absolutely not. One more time, I've told everyone that. I've been an insurance agent for like probably 20 years, like 15 years. I got insured. I got my license because I want to have a better understanding about insurance. I'm one of these people. I'm gonna dive in. I want to know everything. I want to know what universal life meant. I want to know. I want to know about all the policies. I want to know about the securities. I want to have understanding. So I took the training. So it hangs with Primerico. I've never sold a policy. Am not thinking about selling a policy. I just take the test every 2 years to make sure I'm still legal.
But you touched upon something extremely important, is people don't trust insurance companies and people don't trust things like this. I know there's somebody out there right now going, that sounds real good, but I don't trust it. And that's why I said at the very beginning, we had the misfortune and also the simultaneous fortune that Atreeia went through this hands first. Like she went through this with her very own family. And she can attest, she's got the receipt. She could show you all the proof of everything that Assure for Life paid for. So this isn't just theory. This isn't just going, I hope it pays out. I hope they honor their word. I hope they do what they say they'll do. We have the proof. She's got all the proof that they do exactly what they say they're going to do.
So I got a question. Just because we're touching on this today, this is a great. I want to bring them back with this. So the proof piece. Now I'm gonna be honest. So just so you guys know, I didn't just find Atreeia and Martha on the streets. I want y'all to know that for the record. They weren't just after that. I was like, hey, I gotta find that person. So Martha happened Martha and Atreeia happened to be on the show that I'm on Thursdays, Dope Living TV, and I am the leadership coach on Thursdays, and they were on there for a whole 6 weeks?
7 weeks.
7 weeks talking about this plan. Now, I'm not going to put my family's business out there. We're not going to do that. But even though they were there for 7 weeks, 7 weeks, we did not take advantage of the 7 week conversation. I don't want you guys to be in that same position. The inevitable happened, and at this point, it's over with. But I made the phone call because I want to make sure that nobody else hears the message and just stops and says, all right, I'll get it later. You do not know the when. You do not know the how. What you do know is that it is inevitable. So setting yourself up for success is getting prepared now, doing the things that are necessary now, setting yourself up for your family's peace of mind in the future, or your peace of mind. Because wait, we're not even gonna come on just your benefit. Let's go on these 6 other people who you're gonna have to put a GoFundMe page up for, that you get to add to this policy. Sorry, membership. We're gonna get it together. Y'all know I'm gonna get it together. So for this membership, you get to add 6 other people who you don't have to worry about setting up a GoFundMe for them. Let's skip me. Just those 6 people. I am the eldest of 4 kids. My mom calls me and says something happened, and I'm gonna knock on every piece of wood I got. There's some dry wood, whatever. Yeah. That she calls me with the inevitable happen. I'm going to be trying to scrape every dollar together to make sure they have what they need. Why? When we're talking right here and right now. Sign up.
And sometimes things happen you can't possibly foresee.
Yeah, I mean,
last year, my daddy lost not 1, not 2, but 3 siblings, all within maybe 5 months of one another. You can't, even if you are financially prepared, you are not that financially prepared.
Absolutely. They're millionaires who, I'm telling you, things happen because it's not just the expenses of the last expenses that when you're having to pay for in life. When someone passed away, you have to pay the bills that they had. Whoever I guess so y'all know we just putting this out here. You got to pay the bills they have. If they have property and you want to keep it, you got to pay you have to pay the taxes on it. If they have back taxes, you got to pay all that. People don't be prepared for that. This is one less thing that you have to be thinking about.
And what I want people to understand too is, a lot of people are quick to say, they trying to sell us something. No, not at all. Because guess what? This is us taking incredible pride in the fact that you have invited us here and we are here to educate.
Absolutely.
It's our responsibility, myself and my sisters, to provide this awareness and this information to the masses so that you all know that there are options. So should we see a GoFundMe by anyone that we did come in contact with, we can't feel a certain kind of way because guess what? We provided you with that information.
Absolutely.
What you do with it
It's
is
up to you.
Up to you.
And that's what I called Martha. I mean, I don't know if Martha remember the conversation because I mean I was highly upset. I mean, I was upset. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm not even a person who gets upset.
Talking fast now. She was talking about 100 miles an hour at that phone call.
I was furious. I was just furious that we all sat there for 7 weeks and heard the conversations. I was like, okay, this is the best thing ever. Then there's more financial products and more things that Martha and FinFit Life, FinFit offers. But it was just that piece. It rang out so hard in my brain. It's like, what did we do?
Yeah, this was the bow on top because the reason we were on the show in the first place, we were teaching a 6-week financial literacy course.
Correct.
Everything A to Z, everything you ever wanted to know about money, how it works, compound interest, taxes, IULs, all the things. And then Atreeia and I looked at each other and said, we also have to tell them about Assure for Life. Let's add on 1 more week. And that's why we did the 7th week.
Yes. And the reason why is because it was so fresh at that time. It was not but a little bit time after that before that my uncle had passed.
It'd been
Correct.
like a couple weeks.
A
Maybe.
couple of weeks. So I was thinking,
I remember she was still in tears, guys. She was in tears telling the story.
favorite uncle, you know,
Yeah.
myself and my sister cousin. I mean, it was like, whoa. She called me in the middle of the night, and it was like wee hours in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock. When you get that phone call when you sleep, when you know your phone ringing, it's like, wait, what?
And in your mind, you're like, this is not good.
Well, when I saw her name pop up, I was like, okay, this cannot, no. And I answered it, and she said, cuz Uncle Martin is gone. And I said, gone where? She said, he passed. And I was just like, no. It was quite, I just was shocked. Like, how? What? And it was on his birthday, Thanksgiving.
Oh wow, this is a triple.
Just out of the blue.
Yeah.
Out of the blue. You have no idea the amount of my family, the grief, and the I had even forgot I even had Assure for Life because it automatically just comes out. I'm not caring about $85 when it comes to my loved ones.
Absolutely.
Okay? I have my 6 listed in addition to myself makes 7, right? And because he is my favorite uncle and we had those insurance conversations, and he was, no, I can't this, and I can't, okay, fine, you know what, that's fine, I'm not going to press it. But I felt like I had to include him because he had nothing. And I'm so glad I did. It took my cousin to say, don't you have Uncle listed on Assure for Life? And I said, oh my God, I completely,
Right now, you're just in shock. And this is what your family members are going through.
yeah, like it was shock.
Mhm.
So what I did was I got my bearings together, and obviously I rested. I grieved, I cried in my baby's arms, and I got up and I said, you know what, I need to get on it and do what I need to do. And I called the 800 number for Assure for Life, and I'm telling you right now, I had to do nothing else after I made that phone call. Nothing else. They took care of everything. They asked me where my uncle lived. I said, Florida. They said, okay, when can you go? We're going to get your, they took care of everything.
Including calling to check on her and see how she was.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Assure for Life, you get an A for customer service.
Yes.
And I want to say this to you. I'm gonna pay attention to what I talk about in my course and what I talk about with my CEOs about customer service having to be A1. I think that a lot of times, and I see this as minority-owned businesses, we're always saying that work with us, patronize us, but we don't treat ourselves, we don't treat the business like a business, and we don't have the best customer service. And for me, customer service is everything. I will not do business with you over customer service. If I come into an establishment, guys, you've heard my horror stories. I will come into an establishment, if you don't say hello, I walk out. I don't care what I want. Now, there was a jacket. I'm gonna give y'all a brief story. There was a $2,500 jacket. I walked in, I had on jogging pants, and I didn't look, I had just come from the gym. I did not look my best. I'm in there. I said, okay, how much is that jacket? And he was like, man, you can't afford the jacket. I walked out. The guys, real story. Walked out. Now, the jacket was a color, and it matched some stuff that I had a group of cousins that we had a group. It was called PP back then. It was a Pelly Pale jacket. I remember this like it was yesterday. This happened like 30 years ago. I walked out the store. The reason why I asked him, because I was going to ask him if he had everyone's size. Now, I called my cousins. It's like 12 of us. We get dressed, go back. God don't even remember. I said, that's the jacket I'm looking for, guys. Can we find that somewhere? And he's like, no, y'all ain't gotta find it. We got it right here. I said, you told me I couldn't afford the jacket about 2 or 3 hours ago. I said, I want my cousins to see it because we all were gonna buy the jacket. No, y'all can get it for a discount here. Now, if you guys know anything about Pelly Pill, Pelly Pill had back then, there was exclusive. If you had a jacket, a Pelly Pill jacket at this store, it was not at another store. They had all exclusive designs. So we could never find that jacket again. It was probably now I don't like gaudiness. That was the thing. It wasn't gaudy. It had a real simple little PP on it. Imagine, because I forgot what the name of our PP was back then, but it was it aligned with our little club that we had. It was our colors. We walked out of that store and then none of us buy that jacket. Now we talk about this jacket all the time still because it was
I'm sure
nice.
he does too, because he lost 12 people buying a $2,500 jacket.
Right.
And we would have gladly paid because it matched, in your 20s, you're like, I got $2,500 and this matched my shoes, it matched my clothes. Just like that, this membership matches your life. I want y'all to make sure that I'll tie that together. It matches your life. That's what it's really, that's what I'm speaking about when I went in that store and about customer service. Now, when Atreeia just made that mention about they called to check on her. Now, you guys will say it in your minds that they checked on her because they want the money. They already had the money, y'all.
They were giving her money.
They were giving her money at this point. Now I got a question to ask, Atreeia.
Yes.
How long had you had that policy at the time?
Great question. I broke that down. I had the policy as of February 2023. My uncle passed 2024.
So that was a year and a half. A year and a half. So I want you guys to add that $85 up. I mean, I would do it, but I mean, it makes no sense. So it was $85. So we're talking about, she spent almost $1,000, about $1,000. The expenses themselves, I mean, I don't want to go deep. How much were the expenses?
Goodness. Round trip. I say 20. That's lowballing.
So we're talking about, she had put in $1,000. The expenses of Dignity being put to rest were 20, plus her ticket to the place. Guys, I know that we're sounding like we're steadily putting on more information because I want to make sure that everyone who jumped in today gets a piece of this information. Because somebody's not going to rewind it to the beginning. But I want to make sure everybody who jumps on here at whatever point through this 2-hour conversation of awakening gets the information of how to stop running circles in your life and how to be dead. Focus on a situation. Focus on your growth and focus on having the peace of mind for you and your loved ones.
I'd also like Atreeia to mention what happened after your Uncle Martin passed and that spot became vacant in your Assure for Life membership. What happens to that vacant spot?
Good point, Sissy. So basically, when that spot became vacant, I could add someone else into that spot, basically. So it continues to be the 7 individuals. So my uncle passed, may he rest in heaven. Then I was able to add another person.
So it's always up to 7. It doesn't have to be 7, but why not have the whole 7?
Right.
But to break down the cost and everybody sees it, it only makes sense to have, why pay $85 for 2 when you can do it for 7? And again, I could break that down and show them once they, reach out and they have any questions, but it's $85, no question, for 7 individuals.
So if you don't have 7 family members, you maybe have a friend, maybe you have a neighbor, a coworker, somebody you care about.
Yeah. My friend who said that they didn't want it, they coming on they're gonna be on here because I'm gonna make sure that at the end of the day that when their family members, when inevitable happens in our lives, that they have this and that we don't have to have a GoFundMe.
And I really hope, honestly, Rachel, that people take this conversation seriously instead of us just providing this information and folks not doing anything with it, because so many times we hear, okay, it sounds great. We're going to do this. And nothing happens. And then, unfortunately,
Inevitable happens.
the inevitable happens. And it's, oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But it didn't have to be, because guess what? We are providing you with the information.
Absolutely.
We're providing you with the tools. We're providing you with everything that you need, so you don't have to be in distress during that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of times people say knowledge is power, and I always challenge that thought. I'm a challenger. Okay. But I will challenge that thought this way. Knowledge by itself is not power.
Apply.
When you act upon it and you apply it, that's when it becomes wisdom, and wisdom is where the power really is.
I want y'all now. You know what I always love is when someone comes on the show that doesn't watch the show and throws those gems out there, because I say it every week. Applied knowledge is power. I think that we intake all this information that's on social media, in the media, on Google, on Chat GPT, and we take all that time and we don't apply the information to our everyday existence. And that's why we have so many times that we're wondering what to do. Let's not wonder. Let's stop circling the problem and get laser focused on a solution. Because today, this is a solution that the ladies are providing.
You know, and it's as far as the people that you know as well. Maybe you get your own membership, but think of everybody that you know that you can think of right now that could benefit from this. And it's so funny that I'm even in quote unquote sales, because I'm the person that hates to be sold to. And so I am not the one that's going to go and knock on doors and force myself down anybody's throat. But like Atreeia said, we concentrate on educating and providing the information. But it dawned on me, I saw a friend of mine that I grew up with, and they were having a funeral for a family member. And I didn't know this family member. But I thought to myself, because initially I thought something happened to her or one of her immediate family. And I'm like, who was it? And my heart was in my throat. And then I realized it was a family member that I didn't know. But what that caused me to think was, if it had been her, if it had been one of her siblings or her mom or, you know, her husband or somebody that I know intimately, of course I would go to the funeral. Of course I would. But wouldn't they be happier to see me come to the funeral with a check in my hand instead of just coming with a hug and love? So if we have the power within us to have these resources that now you can't say, I didn't know. Now you know, and you can't unknow it.
That's right.
So think of everybody that you could share this with, that if and when they pass, or one of their family members passes, their children, their parents, their loved one, whoever, that you are going to attend that funeral. Imagine showing up as that hero who gave them this resource ahead of time and solved this problem before the problem even showed up.
Absolutely.
What would that feel like for you?
Absolutely.
To show up as a hero?
How about,
I love that.
Just to kind of add to that, my family didn't even know that I had a Shore for Life.
Oh,
the
wow.
only one that knew was my cousin, because she has it as well. My cousin and I are the ones that are protecting our family. So she's got her 7, I've got my 7. There's still some other family members that we've been telling, you need to get it, you need to get it. However, when I told my mom, which is obviously that was her brother that passed, Mom's like, what are we going to do? I said, it's taken care of. They said, what? I said, everything's taken care of. My entire family were like, wait, what?
And at that point, every single family member was like, I'm gonna sign up, I'm gonna sign 7 people up. That's the thing.
And my mom said, oh, I need that. I said, oh, no, you have that. I've already got you protected. You, my dad, my significant other, my son, like I have my 7.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody needs to be in that headspace, because it's
Absolutely.
not a if, it's a when.
Mm. I want to make sure that, so guys, I know that this sounded like a drab conversation, but I'm going to tell you, I see it as a celebration. We're celebrating the freedom to make a choice today. We're celebrating the ability to give peace of mind to another individual. Man, I'm gonna tell you that I feel encouraged. I feel empowered, man. Because that was the whole reason for me making the call. The whole reason for me calling Miss Martha, because I had never heard of the policy in general until that show. And guys, I'm a firm believer. I watch Dope Living TV before I was even on the show. I've been watching Dope Living TV for a long time. Greg Gray, know that it's my brother. He's been my brother for 20 years. I've known him for a long time. And the loved one that passed away on the show, Maurice Bishop Senior. I'm going to tell you, it was a hard Sunday for me. And I'm not an emotional individual. It's just not my thing. I'm not really, I don't know, guys. I don't know why. It's life. But for me, I was so taken aback that day that I was washing clothes. I forgot to put the detergent in. I was sitting there on my couch. I forgot to go get the clothes out. My wife was asleep, so she was asking me questions. I didn't even hear her talking to me. I just got through talking to Mo on Friday. I was on the show with him on Thursday, so it was not foreseen. And then that following Thursday, my niece calls me because this is my play brother, but 37 years, guys. That's my brother. I don't know what nobody's talking about. 37 years. My niece calls me. She's like, "Okay, sit down somewhere." I said, "What do you sit down?" So it's because me and him are so close that I'm his confidant for everything, and he's my confidant for everything. He has no other siblings. So I'm the auntie is what they call me. And so she calls, she's like, "Sit down." And she's all hyper. I'm like, "What's up?" And she's like, "Dad's gone." And I'm like, "I just talked to your dad Wednesday. This happened on Thursday. I talked to him like Wednesday at 6:30. Thursday morning at 8:00 in the morning, she was calling me. I was like, "Hey, Courtney, I'll call you back." I mean, I think she playing. Now, they do play a lot. They play a whole lot. So, but this ain't no thing she would have. So, I hang up the phone, and then my nephew calls. He never called. So, I was like, "What up, Cor?" He's like, "No, she's serious." I mean, and I was broke down. Because I was like, this cannot be. You know what I'm saying? I just get off the phone with him. So, he was 57 years old. No health problems. He had a massive heart attack. No health problems. None, zero. He goes to the doctor regularly. And as you guys see, I'm still talking to the president. This just happened. I mean, I'm telling you, I called his phone like 4 times in the last week because I was like,
So used to it.
I call him every day. We talk. Like I'm like, I had a problem with something going on. I'm like, I didn't call court. You had those moments, but I was just so happy in my mind that there was something already set up, and I was like, no more GoFundMe, and I was like, I'm calling Martha right now, and I'm telling you guys, to me, I felt empowered that I could make that phone call. And I told Martha, I said, no matter what I'm doing, where I am, I'm doing a couple of events over the next couple of months. I've asked Martha to come speak about this. I will, anywhere that I am. Right now, y'all know I'm pushing a book. My book's not even up here right now. I was so happy that she was coming. I forgot to set my setup and everything. Because to me, the most important thing isn't the book. I am always been a person who wants to change lives. That's my legacy. When people meet me, they come out better than before they met me. And for me, the most important thing was to get that information out. Constantly talk about that information. So you guys will be seeing, I'm gonna get some paper, some information to make sure that you guys will be seeing this every show so you can get locked in. She's not even a sponsor, but she has become an official person. So for the leadership 3-point play that you guys will be hearing, usually I say I'm Possible Academy, which is my academy. It will not be saying that anymore. It will say FinFit Life is the sponsor for this segment, because from now on, how do I speak about leadership if I don't speak about how you guys can be the best leader of your lives and how you can be a blessing to other people's lives, how you can set up a situation in a way that everyone feels taken care of, including you.
Yeah, and this is just the baseline, like you said. Making sure that just the most basic necessities are covered is just the very, very, very first layer. But when we talk about being CEOs of our lives and being leaders and making sure that we're proactive about things and living things with purpose and our calling and all of that, if we're up to big things, then we should also be proactive in taking care of what we've built and making sure that everything that we've built goes to the people that we love and intend to leave it to the way we intend to leave it to them.
Absolutely.
That's another layer. Once we start to, make money and have assets and do different things, then it isn't enough to have them and enjoy them for ourselves. We have to make sure that they're protected, making sure that they're accessible, making sure that they're growing uninterrupted, and making sure that we're not overpaying in taxes where we don't need to be paying in taxes.
Guys.
So that's all the stuff that we teach is those layers. This is just the beginning of the conversation. So this is our way of serving and giving back to the community and taking away the, from the least of the excuse of I can't afford it. I mean, it's $5.25 a week, if you want to look at it that way. $5 and not even $2.50 or $3 a week, if you want to look at your $12 a month. So you can come up with that. I mean, if you go in the street and pick up change, you could probably pick up $3 a week, right? So it's just starting at the very, very basic core of what is the most rudimentary need that everybody on the planet is going to need. We're all going to be laid to rest one day. So starting with the end and working our way backwards.
Start with the end in mind. You guys know I talk about it. So I want you guys to know that I'm going to be asking Martha. So she doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to ask her after the show, and then I'll tell y'all about it next week. But but for everyone that does know, that at the end of the year I'm throwing a Freedom Has GPS Gala. That gala is for individuals who are looking to grow their lives to a point of freedom. I am going to be asking Martha to be one of the guest speakers. So I'm going to give her all those details after the show.
I would love to.
And it's especially because it's for the financial piece. Now this event, and this is not a shameless plug. This is just giving the insight. The event will have 4 components: health, wealth, psychology, because we got to get our minds right, and leadership. So I will be the person who will be speaking leadership. Dr. Carolyn Stevens will be speaking on psychology of leadership burnout. She will be talking in depth about that. There will also be, now that she has said yes, we will have Martha Washington, who will be talking about the financial piece. And the reason being is because the product that she offers financially is about that next level. I'm talking about us being free. We talk about freedom in some of the most rudimentary terms. Well, I just want to be free. I want to be financially free. What does that look like? How do I set my life up that way? She knows how. We're gonna talk. You're gonna be hearing a lot about Miss Martha Washington, because even if she had said no, I was gonna be like, listen, every month, come on in, let's drop a little information every month. I was gonna have a call in, phone a friend. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do a phone a friend, but I was so taken with the information that she has. Now, I'm a person who owns property. I have a trust that my property goes into. Upon my death, everything is to be sold and put into the trust. Then that trust is to, I'm just giving y'all a little insight, is to be put on the SP, I'm gonna mess it up, SPX 500. I think I'm right. S&P 500. And every year for my birthday, my family members get a certain amount. They get a certain amount of any money that was made during that time, but they don't ever hit the principal. It's about the principal constantly making money. These are just things that I put in place. My life insurance policy goes directly into the trust. There's no death benefits that come to them in that way. It's the money continuing making money. It's the Rockefeller method, just so you guys know.
Rockefeller waterfall, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I read about it when I was in my 20s. When I got enough money to be able to do it, I started doing it. So all my properties go into it. Everything. The only property that does not go into it is the one that my wife lives in. Wherever she lives does not go into it unless she wants to sell. If she wants to sell, the proceeds go into it, and then her next resident is paid for out of the trust. That's how I have that set up. But guys, if you heard what I said, that's how I set it up.
You have to stay in control. And here's the thing about how aligned we are, and you don't even realize it yet. Since you and I spoke, and since Atreeia and I were on that show, That 6-week course that you saw me teach has evolved into something that has just taken the life of its own. And it is literally called No Longer Bound.
Come on.
Because we are to be freed of the shackles of debt, the shackles of taxes, the shackles of market losses and having our stuff at risk. And the very first component that we talk about is our identity around money. Because we literally have a relationship with our money, and it could be toxic or it could be healthy, just like real relationship.
Absolutely.
So how we treat our money and how our money treats us is a relationship. And until we get our identity centered how it could be, now I'm not going to say should be, because it's not for me to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do, but what's possible for people, what's available for them, if they could get beyond the shackles of mindset and identity around money. And it's such an important, worthwhile conversation. So I just applaud you for having it.
Absolutely. And the book Freedom Has GPS is all about that. It's all about setting the mindset. And the book itself gives a map of how to focus your life around how to be free. Everyone's path to freedom is different. So the book itself just gives you components of how to start thinking. I'm a person, I don't tell people what to do. I just teach them how to do it. My kids will be the first one to tell you, I don't teach people what to think. I tell you how to think. Of giving you a map means that I'm giving you chapter 1 talks about breaking the mindset of what money really is. Money's energy. How are you utilizing that energy? So it's really about, I'm a leadership coach that talks about mindset. I talk about the mindset because that is what needs to change first. The mindset of poverty starts with you feeling that you are in poverty. You can't break the chain if you're not willing to accept that this is something that has been told to me from family members. This is the mindset that I'm living because I'm living in scarcity because I believe that something is going to be taken away from me. You have to be open to change.
You have to be able to see the chain.
Yes.
In order to accept the chain.
Chain even exists.
In order to break the chain.
Yes, ma'am. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, if you guys just got a little bit of a glimpse of what the Freedom Has GPS Gala is going to be about. And the gala is by invitation only. So if you guys are looking for more information about that, it is happening December 31st at noon, from noon to 4. It's called the Freedom Luncheon, guys. At the end of the day, I'm not having conversations about being free. I'm having conversations about I am free. I'm free here, and which means that I set my life up to become free externally. I don't have a job right now, guys. Y'all know that. I left the job. $275,000 a year. My wife is still trying to kill me. Y'all don't just pray for me. But when I left that job, I felt that I was shackled to the job. I felt that no matter how high up within a company I went, I was always going to be shackled to the company. The more promotions I got within that company, I was shackled further. Every time I was promoted, there's another chain link on me because now I'm afraid to leave. $275,000 a year. I want you to understand that what it equates to a month. I was making $20,000 a month. Take home. That's how much money I was making a month. My bonuses were $97,000 to $120,000 a year. Once a year, it wasn't drawn out. So on March, I would get my bonus check. I want y'all to understand the gravity of that situation in your mind. For me to walk away, the why was so big. So this is why I talk about the why. This is why I talk about it in my book. And Freedom Has GPS has the same story about you being so connected to why you want something. I wanted to be someone my children was proud of, and I wanted them to have a life of where I could build a legacy. The job could not be the legacy. I had to step away. Right now, you guys are part of my legacy because Wake Up CEO happens to be one of the shows where I get to deliver a message every week of empowerment, of inspiration, because motivation is internal, inspiration is external. I'm just giving you a little inspiration. You to be motivated to do the right things is internal. And I just remind you guys every week right here on Wake Up CEO of who you want to be and just give you tools to get there. So I want you guys to, I thank without a shadow without Martha and Atreeia for coming with me today, talking to me. You guys are invited any week. So we might have to take over one of the other co-host weeks and give them a week where they're just talking about this, because I want us to put a goal in place. I want 100 people signed up at least by the end of the year. I'm saying 1 year. Well, I'm saying 7 months from now, we need at least 100 people. We're talking about 13 people a month. 14 people a month. So I'm making it a commitment to talk to any and everybody about signing yourself up for a membership that allows you to give yourself and your family dignity, your friends, your loved ones, the ones you care about so much. Give them the opportunity to have dignity and not be ashamed upon anyone's passing. Share this information. Share this live. Because to me, this is the most important show I've done since I've been in my 67 weeks on Wake Up CEO. So one more time, I thank you ladies for joining me today. Can you please, one more time, let them know where they can find you, where they can get this information, and how they can get locked in. Starting with you, Martha. We're going to go that way and come this way.
Okay, wonderful, Will. Thank you for having us one more time. And it's such an honor to serve and to be able to help people in the most, it seems like such a simple way, but it's such an important and impactful way. And I'm all about living my life in a way that has meaning and in a way that makes an impact. And this is one of the most important ways that we get to do that.
Absolutely.
And I don't have to do this. I get to do this. And I just love that. So if you want to get in contact with me, my name is Martha Washington, and you can reach me in my email, which is martha.washington@finfitlife.com. So it's martha.washington@finfitlife.com.
All right. Come on, Atreeia. Tell them where they can find you and what's going on.
Well said, Sissy. Well said. We get to be here. It is an absolute honor, and I feel overjoyed to be able to share this with all the viewers. And I am hopeful that they take all these nuggets and secure, do what they need to do to secure themselves, their families, and all that good stuff. And I am here definitely. If there's any questions, any way that I can assist. I can be reached by I'll give you my email address. It's A for assure, F for 4, L for life. So AFL, protection, PROTECTION, 1@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out if you want me to get in depth with more details. Any questions you have, I am here.
Guys, absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, y'all know where y'all can find me every single week right here on Wake Up CEO. If you're looking for any other information about me on any other social media platform, it's Rachel L. Gary. Y'all know where to go, Rachel L. Gary. And if you're looking for any of the products that I actually offer, you can go to www.sayiampossible.com. One more time, that's www.sayiampossible.com. You will be able to find this information there. I'm going to toss it on my website so you guys can be able to get to these links, be able to reach out to the ladies, because at the end of the day, success is one step at a time, one person at a time, one moment at a time. And until next week, CEOs, right here on Wake Up CEO, where I have the pleasure, I have the honor to be able to serve as well as give information to individuals just like you. I want you guys as CEOs to stay up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See you next week right here on My Radio Chicago.